My sister Rachel was executor of Grandma's estate. She took the $45,000 meant for my 10-year-old daughter Emma and spent it on her destination wedding in Cabo San Lucas. She told everyone at the rehearsal dinner, "Your daughter doesn't deserve Grandma's money." 6 weeks later, Grandma's lawyer called me and said, "There was a second account your grandmother set up in 2018, and I need you to come to my office." I watched my sister's hands start shaking when she realized what that meant. We were standing in the conference room at Patterson and Associates on Sterling Boulevard. Rachel had shown up because Mr. Patterson had called her too, said there were additional estate matters to discuss. She'd walked in wearing her Tory Burch sunglasses and that smug expression she'd perfected over 38 years of being our parents' favorite. Emma stood beside me, quiet and observant in the way she'd learned to be around my family. "Let me tell you how we got here. Grandma died on February 14th, 2024. Valentine's Day. She was 87 and had been sick for 6 months, but somehow the timing still felt cruel. She'd been the only person in my family who ever really saw me, who asked about my work at the healthcare consulting firm where I'd been climbing steadily for 9 years, who wanted to know about Emma's piano recitals and soccer games, who didn't compare me to Rachel every single time we were in the same room. The will reading happened on March 3rd, standard stuff, mostly. The house in Riverside went to my parents. Various items to various relatives. Then Mr. Patterson got to the part about the grandchildren. Rachel had 2 boys, Tyler and Mason, ages 13 and 11. Each of them got $45,000 in education trusts. Emma, my only child, got $45,000 in a similar trust. I watched Rachel's face when Mr. Patterson read that part. She did the math immediately. I could see it. 3 grandchildren, 3 equal amounts. $135,000 total for the grandkids. "That seems fair," my mother said, reaching over to pat Rachel's hand. What they didn't know was that I'd been having conversations with Grandma for the past 3 years. Private conversations. About money, yes, but also about legacy. About what it meant to build something that lasted. About the consulting business I'd been planning to start since 2021. Grandma had worked as a bookkeeper for 43 years. She understood business in a way that my parents, both retired teachers, never quite grasped. She understood what I was building even when I couldn't fully explain it yet. Rachel was named executor because she was the oldest. Because she had a business degree from UC Davis that she'd never actually used, having married Martin 3 months after graduation. Martin owned 2 car dealerships in the Central Valley. They did well. Well enough for the $180,000 kitchen remodel in 2022. Well enough for the Audi Q7 Rachel drove. The Monday after the will reading, Rachel called me. "So, I've been going through Grandma's accounts," she said. I could hear her boys yelling in the background. "The estate needs to cover some expenses before we can distribute the inheritance funds." "What kind of expenses?" "Funeral costs, outstanding bills, the usual stuff." "It's going to take a few months to settle everything." "Okay. I just wanted you to know it might be summer before Emma gets her money. For college, right? She's only 10. It's not like she needs it immediately." I was in my office at Meridian Health Solutions, where I'd been director of strategic planning for 2 years. My salary was $127,000. I had $340,000 in my 401k and investment accounts. I'd been putting away money specifically for Emma's education since she was born. "That's fine," I said. "Whatever the timeline is." "Great. I'll keep you posted." She didn't keep me posted. April passed. May passed. In June, I got a call from my mother. "Rachel and Martin are renewing their vows," Mom said, that excited edge in her voice she only got when talking about Rachel's life. 10-year anniversary. They're doing a whole destination wedding thing in Cabo. Isn't that romantic? Very romantic. They're inviting 40 people. All expenses paid for the immediate family. Isn't that generous? I did some quick math. 40 people, flights, and accommodations in Cabo for a weekend, plus the actual event. I estimated at least $85,000. Probably closer to $100,000. Where are they getting the money for that? I asked, even though I already knew. "Oh, you know Martin. The dealerships are doing so well. The wedding was scheduled for August 12th. I received my invitation on June 28th, cream cardstock with rose gold lettering. Very tasteful. There was a note tucked inside in Rachel's handwriting. Emma is welcome too, of course. There will be lots of kids there. I called Rachel on July 1st. Hey, just checking in about the estate distribution. Any update on timing? There was a pause. Just a beat too long. It's still being processed. These things take time, Sarah. You've never been executor of an estate, so you probably don't understand how complicated it gets. I understand. I'm just wondering about a timeline. Probably fall. Late September, maybe October. After your vow renewal. Another pause. The two things aren't related. I didn't say they were. Look, I have to go. Martin needs me. She hung up. I sat in my Honda Accord in the Target parking lot on Riverside Avenue, groceries getting warm in the trunk, and made a decision. I'd been making plans for months, quiet preparations that my family knew nothing about. It was time to accelerate them. What Rachel didn't know was that I'd been meeting with lawyers since March. Not about the estate, that was Rachel's domain as executor. About something else entirely. Grandma and I had talked extensively in December 2023, about 6 weeks before she died. She'd asked me about my consulting business idea. I'd been working on the business plan for 2 years by then, carefully, methodically, while keeping my full-time job at Meridian. You should do it, she'd said. We were sitting in her kitchen on Dover Street. She was weak by then, but her mind was sharp. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for anyone to believe in you. It's a big risk. You're 36 years old. You've been working in healthcare consulting for 9 years. You know more than you think you know. What if I fail? What if you don't? I'd filed the LLC paperwork for Clearview Healthcare Consulting on January 8, 2024. Grandma died 5 weeks later. She never got to see it become real, but she'd known it was coming. By July, I had 3 clients signed. Small contracts, nothing that would replace my Meridian salary yet, but legitimate business. I'd been doing the work on weekends and evenings, building slowly, carefully. I had $47,000 in the business account. I'd invested $15,000 of my own money to start, and the rest was revenue from those first contracts. I'd also been documenting everything related to Grandma's estate. Every conversation with Rachel. Every timeline she gave me. Every promise she made. On July 15th, I saw the Instagram post. Rachel on a beach in what was clearly Cabo, the caption reading, "Scouting the venue. 3 weeks until the big day. 2 hearts sparkles palm tree." I screenshot it. Added it to my folder. 3 weeks later, I got the call from my mother. "Are you coming to the vow renewal?" "I haven't decided yet." "Sarah, you have to come. Rachel will be so hurt if you're not there." "I'm sure she'll survive." "What is wrong with you?" "This is family." What's wrong with me, I thought, is that Rachel has stolen $45,000 from my daughter, and everyone is acting like I should be grateful for an invitation to watch her spend it. "I'll let you know," I said. I didn't go to Cabo. On August 12th, while Rachel was renewing her vows on a resort beach, I was meeting with my lawyer, Jennifer Chin from Morrison and Chin Associates on K Street. We were reviewing documents, timelines, evidence. "You have enough here," Jennifer said. "If you want to challenge her as executor, you have grounds." "What are the chances of success?" "Strong. She's used estate funds for personal expenses, which is a clear breach of fiduciary duty. You have documentation of her timeline inconsistencies. You have the Instagram posts showing the Cabo trip. If we can prove the timing correlation between the estate funds and her expenditures, we can. Then you have a case." I thought about it. Really thought about it. This would destroy what was left of my relationship with Rachel. It would create a massive rift in the family. My parents would never forgive me. But Emma deserved that money. Grandma had wanted Emma to have it. "Let's do it," I said. Jennifer nodded. "I'll file the petition next week." Then, on August 19th, I got the call from Mr. Patterson. "Sarah, this is Howard Patterson. I need you to come to my office. There's been a development with your grandmother's estate." "What kind of development?" "I'd rather discuss it in person. Can you come in this Thursday? 2 o'clock. "Sure. Should I bring anything?" "Just yourself." "And Sarah?" "You might want to bring Emma." That was strange. Why would Emma need to be there? Okay, I said slowly. Oh, and Sarah? I've called Rachel as well. She'll be joining us. I felt something shift in my chest. This wasn't about the petition. Jennifer hadn't filed it yet. This was something else. Thursday, August 22nd. I took the afternoon off from Meridian, told them I had a family matter. Picked up Emma from summer camp at noon. She was quiet on the drive to Mr. Patterson's office, sensing somehow that this was important. Rachel's Audi was already in the parking lot when we arrived. We walked into the building at 1:58 p.m. The receptionist directed us to the conference room. Rachel was already seated, Martin beside her. They both looked tan from Cabo. Relaxed. Rachel glanced up when we walked in, gave me a tight smile. Sarah. Emma. Rachel. Martin. Mr. Patterson came in at exactly 2 o'clock. He was carrying a folder, thick with documents. Thank you both for coming, he said, settling into his chair. I apologize for the mysterious summons. There's been a situation that came to light recently, and I needed to address it with both of you present. Rachel leaned forward slightly. What kind of situation? Your grandmother maintained several accounts, Mr. Patterson said. The primary estate account, which we discussed at the will reading, contained approximately $187,000. That's the account that funded the specific bequests, including the education trusts for the 3 grandchildren. I watched Rachel's face. She was nodding along, confident. She knew all this. However, Mr. Patterson continued, I received a call last week from First Northern Bank. It seems your grandmother set up an additional account in 2018. A separate education trust, specifically designated for Emma. The room went very quiet. What? Rachel's voice came out sharp. The account was set up on October 3, 2018. Your grandmother funded it with $125,000 initially. She continued making deposits until shortly before her death. The current value, including investment growth, is approximately $247,000. I felt Emma shift beside me. I couldn't look at her. I was watching Rachel. That's not possible, Rachel said. I've reviewed all of Grandma's accounts. Every single one. There's nothing else. This account was set up separately, outside the standard estate structure. It's a direct beneficiary designation. It doesn't go through probate. It transfers directly to Emma upon your grandmother's death. Mr. Patterson looked at me. I apologize for the delay in notification. The bank should have contacted me immediately, but there was an administrative error. I only became aware of it last Tuesday. $247,000, I said quietly. Yes. Plus the $45,000 from the will, Emma's total inheritance from her great-grandmother is $292,000. Rachel's face had gone pale. Why would Grandma set up a separate account just for Emma? Mr. Patterson pulled out a document. Your grandmother left a letter with the bank. It was to be given to Sarah upon notification. He slid it across the table to me. I opened it with shaking hands. Grandma's handwriting, a little shaky but still readable. Sarah, I read aloud, by the time you read this, you'll have already started your business. I know you will. You're too smart and too determined not to. This money is for Emma's education, but it's also my way of telling you that I saw what you were building. I saw what you were capable of, even when no one else in the family did. Make sure Emma knows that her great-grandmother believed in both of you. Love, Grandma. The letter was dated December 18, 2023. I looked up. Rachel was staring at the letter like it was written in a foreign language. She set this up in 2018, I said. Emma was 4 years old. Your grandmother was very specific in her instructions, Mr. Patterson said. The account was to remain private until after her death. She didn't want it included in the will discussion because he glanced at the notes in front of him. She didn't want it to become a point of family conflict. Well, that worked out great, Martin muttered. Rachel shot him a look. There's one more thing, Mr. Patterson said. He pulled out another document. I need to discuss the status of the original education trusts. The $45,000 for each grandchild. Rachel went very still. As executor, you were responsible for maintaining those funds in the estate account until distribution. However, I've received the bank statements, and it appears those funds were withdrawn on July 23rd. For what purpose? I asked, even though I knew. Mr. Patterson looked at Rachel. That's what I need to understand. Rachel, can you explain the withdrawal? Rachel's hands were on the table. I watched her fingers curl slowly into fists. There were expenses, she said. Her voice sounded different. Smaller. What kind of expenses? Estate expenses. Legitimate costs related to settling Grandma's affairs. The funeral expenses were $14,000, Mr. Patterson said. They were paid in March directly from the estate account. I have those records. What other expenses are we talking about? Rachel looked at Martin. He wouldn't meet her eyes. I'm going to need documentation, Mr. Patterson said. Receipts, invoices, anything that shows where that $135,000 went. I don't have them with me. Can you provide them? The silence stretched out. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. Rachel, Mr. Patterson said, his voice gentle but firm. Did you use estate funds for personal expenses? The wedding was expensive, Rachel said finally. We had to. Martin's dealerships haven't been doing as well as everyone thinks. We needed. Oh my God, I said. Your daughter didn't need the money right away. She's 10 years old. I was going to pay it back. When? I don't know. Eventually. We were going to. You spent my daughter's inheritance on your wedding, I said. Each word came out very clearly. You spent Tyler and Mason's inheritance on your wedding. It wasn't like that. What was it like? Rachel's face was red now. You always did this. You always acted so superior. You with your fancy job and your perfect daughter and your... Rachel. Mr. Patterson's voice cut through. I need to explain the legal situation. Using estate funds for personal expenses is a serious breach of fiduciary duty. Sarah would have grounds to file suit against you personally for the full amount, plus damages. You could also face criminal charges. The color drained from Rachel's face again. However, Mr. Patterson continued, before we go down that road, I need to ask Sarah what she wants to do. Everyone looked at me. I thought about what I'd been planning. The petition Jennifer and I had prepared. The lawsuit we were ready to file. I'd been prepared to fight for that $45,000, to drag Rachel through court, to prove that she'd stolen from her own niece. But now Emma had $292,000. Emma had more than either of Rachel's boys. Emma had what Grandma had wanted her to have, plus extra. Plus a letter telling her that her great-grandmother had believed in us. I looked at my daughter. She was watching me with those serious dark eyes, waiting to see what I would do. I want the $45,000 returned to the estate within 30 days, I said. It gets redistributed to all 3 kids as originally specified. After that, I want Rachel removed as executor. Sarah, Rachel started. I'm not done. I looked at Mr. Patterson. I want a full accounting of every estate expense. Every penny that's been spent. And I want everything remaining distributed immediately. That's reasonable, Mr. Patterson said. You're really going to do this? Rachel's voice cracked. You're going to humiliate me in front of the whole family? You did this yourself, I said. I didn't make you steal money from children. I didn't make you lie about it for months. I didn't make you spend it on a party. It wasn't just a party. It was our marriage. Our relationship. That you funded with money you stole from your own sons. She flinched like I'd hit her. If you return the money within 30 days, I said, I won't file a lawsuit. I won't press charges. But you're done as executor. I'm sure Mr. Patterson can recommend someone qualified. Mr. Patterson nodded. I can serve as executor for the remainder of the estate settlement if both parties agree. I agree, I said. Rachel looked at Martin. He was staring at his hands. Rachel? Mr. Patterson prompted. Fine, she whispered. There's one more thing, I said. I pulled out my phone, opened my photos, found the screenshot I'd been saving. Rachel told people at the rehearsal dinner that Emma didn't deserve Grandma's money. My friend Jennifer was there. She heard it. She told me about it the next day. Rachel's face went white. So I need you to understand something. Emma is never going to your house again. We're not coming to family dinners if you're there. We're not doing holidays together. You stole from her, and you justified it by saying she didn't deserve what her great-grandmother wanted her to have. There's no coming back from that. Sarah, please. I'll be cordial at family events I can't avoid. I'll be polite. But we're done. I stood up. Emma stood with me. Mr. Patterson, thank you for contacting me. Please send me the paperwork for the account transfer and anything else I need to sign. Of course. I walked toward the door. Emma's hand found mine. Sarah, wait. Rachel was standing now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We were struggling, and the wedding was already planned, and I thought I could pay it back before anyone noticed, and… You thought wrong, I said. I pulled open the conference room door. Please, Rachel said. Please don't tell Mom and Dad. They'll what? Be disappointed in you? Maybe they should be. I walked out with Emma beside me. In the car, Emma was quiet for a long time. Finally, she said, Great-grandma left that money for me? She did. Because she believed in us? Yes. Are you going to start your business? I glanced at her. How do you know about that? I hear things. You talk to Jennifer sometimes when you think I'm not listening. Smart kid. Just like her great-grandmother. Yeah, I said. I'm going to start it. Will Aunt Rachel really pay the money back? I think so. And if she doesn't, we'll make her. Good. Within 30 days, Rachel transferred $45,000 back into the estate account. I confirmed it with Mr. Patterson on September 20th. The money was redistributed as originally specified $15,000 to each grandchild's education trust. Rachel's reputation in the family imploded. My mother tried to defend her at first, said I was being cruel, said Rachel had made a mistake and deserved forgiveness. But when the details came out, and they did come out, because Martin's brother was married to my cousin Lisa, and Martin apparently had a few drinks one night and told the whole story, there wasn't much defending to be done. The car dealerships actually were struggling. Martin had been hiding debt for over a year. They ended up selling one of the locations in November. The $85,000 wedding that was supposed to save their marriage apparently didn't work. I heard through the family grapevine that they were in counseling. Tyler and Mason still got their $15,000 each. They didn't know their mother had temporarily stolen it. Maybe someday they'll find out. Maybe not. As for me, I left Meridian Health Solutions in October. Gave them 6 weeks' notice, finished my projects professionally, left on good terms. Clearview Healthcare Consulting became my full-time focus. By December, I had 6 clients and $183,000 in projected first-year revenue. By February 2025, I had 9 clients and had hired my first employee. Emma's $292,000 sat in an investment account, growing steadily, waiting for the day she'd need it for college. We still saw my parents. We still did Christmas and Thanksgiving, though Rachel and I basically didn't speak beyond basic pleasantries. She'd gained weight, lost the glow she'd had in those Cabo photos. Martin looked tired all the time. I didn't feel bad about it. For 6 months, everything was stable. Quiet. The kind of normal that comes after a crisis resolves and life settles into new patterns. Then, 2 weeks ago, Emma came home from school and said, Aunt Rachel picked up Mason today. She was crying in the car. I saw her when I was walking to your car. Okay. Do you think she's okay? I don't know, sweetheart. Do you care? I thought about it. Honestly thought about it. Not really, I said. Yesterday, my mother called. Sarah, I need to talk to you about something. What? It's about Grandma's estate. Mr. Patterson called Rachel yesterday. He said there's another account. Something Grandma set up in 2019. I went very still. What kind of account? He wouldn't tell Rachel. He said he needed to meet with her in person. And with you. With me? Why? I don't know. But Sarah, Rachel is terrified. She thinks you knew about it. She thinks you've been sitting on this information, waiting to drop another bomb. I didn't know about any other account. She doesn't believe you. That's not my problem. The meeting is Friday at 2 o'clock. Will you go? I looked at my calendar. I had a client call at 3, but I could reschedule. Yeah, I said. I'll be there. So what do you think? Did Rachel get what she deserved, or did Sarah go too far? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more family drama stories.